Well, we can't really see how many people are joining us, but if you're here, thank you for being here.
My little TikTok live pro girl. Follow us and follow our YouTube and our Spotify so that we can do something with our lives.
Dixie, you know the drill. It's time.
It's time to film. Is my hair okay?
Mm-hmm. Beautiful.
I just feel like I'm sinking.
Same. Because I gained 10 pounds in 2 weeks, y'all. This is actually a great update.
Great news. Do you want to tell him? You need to tell him.
As of Wednesday, it will be 3 weeks no vaping.
Woo!
Thank you.
And
10 pounds later.
That's also because, did you know that nicotine actually makes you bloat? We didn't.
So I calculated it. I was smoking equivalent to 200 cigarettes per day.
200?
Yes.
That can't be right.
That's how much nicotine I was consuming because
200?
A vape would last me 5 days. And when you smoke a cigarette, you're barely getting 1 milligram of nicotine. And I was going through a vape in 5 days and basically 200 milligrams.
If you go back to, I don't know what episode it was. But
every episode.
But this is Maya.
Did Maya gain 10 pounds?
She's getting her winter weight.
Well, aren't we all getting our winter weight?
So Felicia's birthday was November 1st. So we are going into the 39th year vape free.
We are.
Yay.
We are.
So
And
proud of you.
For anyone out there who thinks it's not possible, I thought the same thing.
What would you say top 3 hardest parts of it?
The hardest part is the habit, obviously. It's just how when you open your phone, your thumb automatically scrolls to whatever app your normal self does. So the fixation and the head high, like it's like doing drugs. Like it literally made me dizzy and I loved it.
Do cigarettes make you feel the same way?
No, nothing. Besides probably crack cocaine, nothing makes you feel that way.
Well, because I feel like whenever they would talk about how addicting cigarettes were, it was always like it was the nicotine, but it was also like the motion.
Right.
But you said it's not even so much the motion, it's the head high.
Yeah. Yeah. It's both, I think. My biggest realization was I was talking to a girl who I know and she's in recovery and she used to do like all the crazy drugs. We were talking about it and I was like, it feels like when you take that first hit of a vape in the morning, it feels like a whippet. I don't know if you've ever like sucked nitrous oxide, but it feels like a whippet. And
it also goes to show
which
that
also
I never
kills
smoked
your
it
brain
correctly
cells.
because I never got a.
No, you smoked it like a cigar.
I liked the taste of it when you got the minty ones, but
I will say the pros outweigh the cons. I've had so much more energy, and I saw somebody on TikTok saying how when they quit vaping, they were so much more productive because I would literally look forward to going home and just laying in bed and vaping because vaping was an activity for me.
Right.
But it also is a stimulant, so it was keeping me up at night. I wasn't sleeping. And the reason why
and wreaking havoc on your body.
Yeah.
I don't think you even fully realized. We should probably pop it.
Yeah.
Let's pop it and keep nicotine chatting.
The main reason why I was like, this is it. My anxiety and my panic attacks were out of control.
Yeah.
And I was kind of trying to figure out the timeline. And I have always struggled with anxiety, but not to this extent.
Right.
And I had my first panic attack a few years ago. And I think that was shortly after I had started vaping.
Oh, really? I didn't even put those.
Yep.
Well,
I hadn't either.
Were you?
It was when I came after.
Were you vaping when you were with John Doe?
No, it was after that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
But that makes sense though, because that became also kind of your like escape comfort blanket.
Right. Last time we did that thing where I was like, I only know one person who has quit vaping. She started vaping again. She's been wild. I've been so bloated. However, again, I'm sleeping great, which hasn't happened in years.
And your temperature's more regulated.
I'm not frozen. I have so much more energy just to like exist.
Yeah.
Like even going to the grocery store, I can do it now. I couldn't before. And I did a lot of research and your body is in fight or flight mode.
All the time.
Consistently.
Which add into that we already naturally are kind of.
Right.
So it like doubled that or even, I mean, more. I didn't realize
200 times it.
200.
Yeah. Because I remember being ashamed. I would ask people how long their vape lasted them. And they'd be like, I mean, at least a week, sometimes 2. I'm like, what? How? I don't understand it.
I mean, you can go back and I normally would try to cut away if I could. But, like, sometimes I couldn't because you were inhaling it so like,
Yeah.
she'd literally
Because I got to the point where it wasn't giving me the high anymore.
Right.
So I was chasing a high. It's so crazy to me that
So
something like
candy.
that can be legal. All right, let's open this and then we'll keep yapping.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That was so aggressive. Dixie, lay down.
I think I'm also getting stronger.
You are yeah, your strength is coming back. I love that Maya's made herself a guest. She, like, literally,
I know, now she
she's like,
knows.
"I will get up here in my spot now."
She knows now.
My angel. For anyone who doesn't know, Maya was rescued off the street. I
Like her
found
Aunt Fifi.
just like her Aunt Fifi, and she also has a gimp eye like her Aunt Fifi, which isn't a gimp eye, it's a magic eye.
We
And
both
it's
have
the
same
same
pupil.
eye.
Wait,
The
I
same
wonder if you
left
could like
eye.
zoom in on her pupil.
Look at the camera and open your eye, and I'll see if I can zoom in. Her left eye, she has a really cool.
It's my right eye.
Oh, that's what I meant. I just want to write. But Maya's is her right too. But I found Maya at the pool when I was several drinks in, and she was sneaking into the gate and waiting so politely next to anyone who had food, and they would all give her a snack. And then as soon as the sun was going down, she escaped, and Haley said, "The dog," and I ran after her. And then I went out to the sidewalk and I said, "Come here, baby." And she popped out of the bushes and ran into my Oh my God. You're breaking it.
I'm stronger than I remember.
Anyway, Aunt Fifi interrupted our love story. And she popped out from the bushes and she ran into my arms and I said, "You come here with me." And that was 7 years ago.
Was it really?
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
Now she has the best life ever.
She really does. Now she's
Her
famous.
paw pads were cracked and bleeding, and she was covered in ticks and fleas. And she was very protective about food, just like Aunt
me.
Fifi. Interesting. Poor.
I haven't drank any of mine yet.
Me neither. You got like 3 more drinks than me. It's fine. It's gonna get warm anyway. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh,
I'm waiting.
welcome to We Weren't Crazy.
Welcome to We Weren't Crazy. I feel very.
We forgot how to film.
overstimulated.
No, why are
This
you
is
leaving
how-
me?
She's like these bitches.
November 1st was Felicia's 39th birthday, so we are entering the last year of the 30s, which
The end of a
is
decade. Isn't that weird?
We've already been, just in general, I think the last few years of our 30s have been challenging for trying to embrace aging in a society that is not built to embrace aging.
Yeah.
If you think about it, we actually are the first generation to ever have access to Facetune. Like if you go back to our like 2012 pictures, whenever it was just like so filtered and fake.
Right.
But now it's to the point where you almost can't even tell.
Yep. Which is scary. But also like, I don't know how to live life without it.
Right. Even whenever we went out for like we didn't go out. We actually had a very chill, calm, very almost 40-year-old birthday. We felt like really good about it though.
Yeah, it was a good weekend.
We went to the haunted house. It was amazing.
Shout out to
Nashville Nightmare. We will
Literally,
be. Please let us.
I will have my wedding.
Like literally. If you live in Nashville and you haven't been, then you need to fucking go because it's worth it. You better hurry up because it's going to close. We did that. And then we did just like a little day in Franklin, had some cocktails, and we were home by 5:30.
Literally. 39 is such a crazy year in the sense of like, it is the end of what feels like an era.
Yeah.
And then the beginning of another era that feels really scary, even though it shouldn't. And I think that the whole bloating 10-pound thing didn't really help in a lot of ways.
Oh, yeah. You're like.
Because I was like, oh my God, my body is, I'm almost 40, it's shutting down. But no, that was everything else that I was doing to it.
Well, and also for more context too, because we haven't aired the eating disorder episode, but like we both have struggled with eating disorders. We both struggle with body dysmorphia, hair dysmorphia, face dysmorphia, everything you can imagine. So
being alive,
it's like
dysmorphia.
literally anything that happens to our body, it's this additional layer of a lifetime of struggle.
Right.
We're not only thinking about aging, then you're also having to deal with, I thought she was being dramatic because we both are very dramatic. And then you sent me the one picture and I didn't want to overreact because I didn't want to like scare you. But I for a second was like, oh my God, does she have a tumor?
It was
Because
bad.
you could tell it's not fat.
It was
A
huge.
giant gas
I showed that picture to somebody at
balloon.
work, and she was like, "Are you sure you're not pregnant?" And she was like being serious. I was like, unless it's an immaculate conception, I'm not pregnant." But then I was starting to think, like, am I pregnant?
I had to tell her multiple times, unless you're pregnant with Jesus' baby.
I have a whole new respect for people who have IBS and like struggle with that kind of thing because
Yeah.
they get that on a normal basis. I couldn't even button my pants.
Yeah.
And not only did I feel like an imposter in my own body, but then bring back in the whole body dysmorphia eating disorder thing. I was like,
Right.
holy shit, I can't button my pants. That's never, ever happened to me. Going into my 39th, I was like, I just want to be comfortable. I just want to wear baggy clothes the whole time.
And we said, like, back to the Facetune thing, we were like, well, you know, there's always Facetune.
Yep.
We also both try more than we used to. Try to not use it
Yeah.
unless we like absolutely have to, because I haven't really been active on social media for a long time. You've always presented like a very curated form of yourself, aesthetic and whatever.
Right.
I just felt like it was really important for us to come into this with as much authenticity as we were comfortable with, because we are on camera. So if we Facetune the shit out of ourselves
You
in
can
a
tell.
picture and then we're on camera, it's
Yep.
going to be like, you're like that. It feels like a lie. But there's also a balance of like what makes us feel good. I have like acne scars.
I have a receding hairline.
Oh my gosh. But like if we want to like blur out some
Right.
lines or whatever, it's a hard balance to figure out. And I think
I will say though, I am very, very proud of us because I remember some of the anxiety that I know I had personally before we started filming. And I brought this up to you. I said,
we've been doing so much better than I thought we would.
I was
for
like, we
sure.
need to be sure that on days like even today, I didn't want to film because I feel disgusting.
Right.
And that's the reality of being a woman and how your body fluctuates. Like there are going to be weeks of your life that you feel gross. And I hate even using that term, but you feel like a stranger in your body.
Yeah.
But we still have stuck through it. We're still doing it. At the end of the day, it's not about what we look like. It's about what we're sharing. And I think
Right.
that's something that we've been really, really good about, even though we're overstimulated and we feel the whole time. And
we can look back on pictures of ourselves. I look back on like 2017, 2018 when we were like so fit, legitimately the most
working
fit
out every day.
we've ever been. We looked great. And we genuinely in that moment hated ourselves. We would get ready and be like, okay, I feel cute, but it was not, it was like convincing ourselves.
Right.
And I look back on those pictures now and I'm like, I want to go back and literally shake her and say, wear a tank top. You can show your arms. Your face is not old. Like you are literally 30. Stop. So I think having that ability to look back on those pictures now and know the state that we were in, I almost feel like subconsciously we're able to appreciate this version of ourselves a little bit more rather than being so hard on ourselves, because there's times when we film and then we always go and like watch it after and we're like, we actually look really pretty. And there was one time I remember we of course had consumed a very, very legal in Tennessee gummy that's not weed. And you got like really emotional because you were like, I can see that we have aged, but it's beautiful. And I just want to be able to feel that way all the time. Because in that moment, we were like, we look like women. Like it was the first time we were able to really be like, wow, we look like women.
Right.
And not in like, she's an old hag, a way where we felt
empowered.
We felt empowered and beautiful. And we have earned this age, but that moment is so fleeting.
The second you open Instagram, it's like, never mind. I'm a troll.
Never ending cycle of
there's another expectation that has been presented to you, and the bar just keeps getting set higher and higher. Ever since social media, we are in a constant every single day comparing ourselves to not only images that aren't real, and we know this because I do the same thing. You factor in the looks, you factor in the lifestyle, like
I'm behind.
Most 39-year-olds my age are married with kids. It's this whole mind warp that goes on. And I think as I go into this next year, I don't want to be scared of like, because I know what's around the corner. Like I know it is inevitable to get older. And thank God that I can get older.
Right.
Because a lot of people don't get to. as women, it's just we dread it. And I have clients come in and see me who are in their 60s, 70s, some of them even in their 80s, and they're picking themselves apart. And I'm like, fuck, like,
Yeah.
why? Like, they're like these lines around my eyes. And I remember telling one of them, like, I hope that I live long enough to have that many smile lines.
Yeah.
It's a wild game, and I'm so tired of playing it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so tired of playing it. I can say that now, but tomorrow morning, I'm going to wake up and probably jump right back into the game. How do we move forward as women not playing the game where there is no winning? There's no winning unless, I was about to say, unless you're Kris Jenner, but that's not winning.
Right. I don't think that's
just
winning at all.
That's just
Like-
trying to be 25. I would never want to be 25 again, ever.
No. Shit like that. It just like drives the narrative even more. I get, like, you have all the money in the world, do whatever you want.
Right.
But the fact that we don't, I used to watch the Kardashians, I don't anymore, but like the
I don't
fact that
either.
we both know that Kris Jenner had a facelift, everyone knows that.
Yep.
Because that is exactly what society wants us to think we have to achieve.
Yep.
You need to be however old, she's about to be like fucking 75 now,
Yeah.
and be able to have perfect skin. There's no balance. I want to read that part of that
Oh, yeah.
thing from our therapist.
Mhm.
I think they know by now that it's chat, but
Yeah. I wish I had a vape.
we have not filmed without a vape.
Maybe if I breathe deep enough,
It'll
like
give
a
you a
vape.
high. The beauty ideal is not real. It's a business model. The system needs women to feel broken, so we buy the fix. It profits off the panic of aging. And now with injectables, weight loss drugs, and algorithm culture, it's on steroids. The 90s starved us. The 2000s waxed and bleached us. The 2010s contoured and filtered us. And the 2020s are Ozipping us. And aging, it's treated like a personal failure. It's not just about beauty anymore. It's about surveillance. It's about self-policing. It's about looking at your body like a problem to solve. And the worst part, they've expanded the war. Now 12-year-olds are contouring their noses. 30-year-olds are getting lower blephs and upper blephs. 40-year-olds are being told they're brave for posting unfiltered. 50-year-olds are being erased from the culture entirely, unless they still look 30.
Yep.
The message isn't just stay young, it's never arrive, never be satisfied, never stop tweaking, shrinking, lifting, reshaping, because if you ever felt okay, then you would stop spending.
Well, and I think about other cultures who aging is seen as like a gift. It's you get wiser the more years that you
Right.
live, not like you're ugly.
Not like you're a fucking failure and you're gross. So in Japan, aging is beauty and wisdom. In Japanese cultures, elders are not just respected, they're treasured.
Oh.
Also, Japanese skincare isn't about anti-aging, it's about longevity, ritual, and care. The word anti-aging is considered kind of offensive in many wellness circles there.
Ooh.
Maybe we should move to Japan.
I love that.
Aging isn't something to hide, it's something to hold.
Amen.
And then China, in traditional Chinese culture, the entire family structure is built around elder respect. The older you are, the more authority, wisdom, and reverence you hold. There's even a concept, I can't pronounce that word. I'll put it here.
Let me see it.
Filial piety.
Look, I might know. I wasn't at the college.
That's true. Do you know that word?
No.
Nope. A sacred duty to respect, care for, and honor your parents, grandparents. A wrinkle isn't a flaw, it's a timeline.
Literally. And we know these things. And I think that's why it fucks with our head so much.
In Mexico and indigenous cultures, elders are story keepers. Aging is not demonized, it's respected. The elder is the root, not the leftover.
Oh.
France, je ne sais quoi.
That was good.
I don't know.
That sounded very. Oh, okay. Okay.
Of aging gracefully. French women tend to embrace aging with less obsession and more elegance.
do.
Beauty isn't defined by Botox or body weight. It's defined by presence, mystery, and style.
Yeah.
There's less
Moving to
shame around
France.
wrinkles and more cultural celebration of confidence character. They're not trying to look 20 forever. They're trying to feel fascinating at any age.
See, I love that.
I love that. So why is America so obsessed with anti-aging? Because we live in a culture that worships individualism over community.
But it doesn't, because we all look the same.
But individualism, like, they want to separate us. instead of making us a community, they want to separate us. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I want to be me, but you're not really. You're actually falling more
Looking like
and you're
everyone
just
else.
brainwashed.
Yeah.
Values productivity over presence, equates
Yep.
youth to marketability, fears death and stillness, and runs on the idea that if you're not consumable, you're disposable.
Yep.
In America, to age is to lose currency, and other cultures, to age is to gain it.
Welcome to America, folks.
Woo!
It's true, though. And I'm glad that we unpacked that because you kind of feel like you're going crazy a little bit. Of like, you know it's not normal, but they push so hard to make it normal that it's become normal. You get what I mean? Like it has.
Well, and even if you think about it from our 20s to now, when I first got Botox, I think I was 26. And I genuinely did it because I was in a halo and, in case you know, broke my neck, was in a halo and body brace for 3 months. So the only thing that I could move on my whole upper, besides my arms, for 3 months was my eyebrows. So my muscles got so strong that my wrinkles were like extremely deep set. But if you think about it, when I was 26, that's what, 10 years ago, 11 years ago, it wasn't like super normal to get Botox.
No,
It
wasn't
changed.
at
I mean,
all.
it changed my life. Like I was so self-conscious about my wrinkles in a way of like, I wasn't worried about aging. I was self-conscious because of how my makeup would sit, whatever.
Right. So it wasn't about looking younger.
Right. It was about this thing that made me really self-conscious.
Right.
But even like fillers were not really a thing. Lip filler was
No.
just starting to become a thing. People weren't getting upper blephs, lower blephs, getting the fat pads taken out of their
Yep.
cheeks,
Getting the threads to like.
oh yeah, the threads.
And again, thank God we weren't rich when all of
She
that
wants
was
you to
taking
invite
off.
her.
Maya, come on.
Whenever she does this, she looks like she's the director.
I know. Maya, lay down.
Come on.
Whoa. Whoa. Okay,
Come
Sassy.
here.
Are you on your period too? Maya, I love you
Lay down.
so much.
I'm going to move her. You got to hold my cup.
There's a lot of things touching me right now.
Aunt Fifi is very sensitive. She's jonesing. Dixie, please, I'm begging you. I'm begging you. I'm begging you to come. Imagine joining our live just in this moment. If anyone wants to, if any of our loyal watchers wonder what happens, what I have to cut out of the 3 hours of filming, it's
You're welcome.
lay down. Also, I love how I've just not cleaned up any of the corks. If you could see the corks, there's corks all over the floor. Felicia was going to collect them and write dates on them.
I still am one of these days.
Okay.
I am.
You're going to write dates on them?
I won't know which cork is from which date.
I got to take my socks off. I'm so hot.
I feel like the BD is given.
Oh,
That's short for body dysmorphia.
Can I have some more lip gloss?
And this bra like isn't brawing and just
I don't know.
one of these days I will not hate things touching me
I don't think that's true.
unless it's a man.
She got back on Raya.
I did get back on Raya. There's your champagne.
Oh, thank you.
You look like that. Hold on. You know what you looked like? Maya, you messed up the blanket.
In this moment, they telepathically communicated about the gif of the white, confused creature with its hand out.
Careful, she's gonna snap.
I know.
At you.
How long have I been single now? 2 years, easy. Sorry, I also have a bob, so I'm used to my hair
She doesn't have a bob.
feeling longer.
She got her hair done. It looks beautiful. Look at the color. And she got a trim, so she feels like she has a bob, which I understand because I also have hair dysmorphia, and I felt like I had a bob on the last episode.
Emma, I do. You did great. I just am not used to having short hair. I feel like I'm finally ready to like start dating again. My bar is set so much higher now because I know what I'm worthy of now.
Right.
But at the same time, where my age comes into play, I'm thinking people are going to see. So next year, if I'm still single, people are going to see 40. They're going to be like, this bitch is 40.
Yeah.
But that's like where your head goes naturally.
Well, even earlier, whenever we were looking through your matches, the one guy, he's hot, but boring. Very
I
boring.
know I need a little bit more conversation.
But she looked at his Instagram. She was like, oh, he has kids.
I smell corn nut feet.
You're welcome. I just feel like I'm talking to your
Profile? Is that your sock?
Yeah, and I don't know how it got so dirty. Probably my floors, actually.
That's what made me think it was a man's sock. Men always let their socks get dirty.
It's a brand new sock. I put it on and then I put my UGG on and then I walked up here, but that's how dirty my floors are. My house isn't dirty, but I just need a mop. Well, don't climb 100 years higher.
Body was sinking face forward. And we're back. Anyways,
my point was you saw that he had kids, and I said, that's kind of something that we have to like decide if, in what version of that we're okay with. Are we open to being stepmothers in general? Are we open to little kids, older kids? And I think where my line is in general is just like, what is their relationship with the baby mama? Because ultimately, I think we would be great stepmothers. I think that would fulfill something in us. And then we could also send them off. But if there is a toxic relationship with an ex and that is something, one, I think that makes you also look at the person of why is it that way? But then that's also something that carries over into your life.
It's an exciting era to be in. Women already are kind of stepping out of that box of what they should look like and who they should be. But it's still, you still can't help but feel it. Even just having to like dye my eyebrows because they're turning gray. Like, that's a fact of fucking life. That's not going to change. They're not going to just magically one day all grow in brown. You live a lot of your life being like, but that won't happen to me. So many women say like, embrace your youth while you can. And you're like, thanks, but like, that's not going to happen to me. It does fucking happen to everybody.
But it happens so fast.
So fast.
My grandma used to be like, time flies when you're older. And I just like never got it.
Right.
And literally as I'm getting older, how is it November?
I know.
It's about to be 2026. The pandemic was about to be 5 years ago. 6 years, not even 5, 6.
I know.
6 years ago.
So I think too, where it's such a conundrum is,
good word,
I feel mentally better than I ever have. I feel stronger than I ever have. Not physically, obviously. But I feel mentally stronger. I feel like a woman. I feel like I am becoming the person that I was always meant to be. But how do I age in a way where I'm okay with it and not having a mental breakdown every day?
Right. How do we figure it out? When do we figure it out? And I'm sure some people don't. I want to be able to do the maintenance that feels good, that makes me feel good, but also never, even when we have money and the podcast is so successful, I want to be able, whenever we are at the point where we have the finances, that we're not using that to change everything about ourselves. Because I think right now, if I had the money, because of the mental state that I am about aging, if I had the money, I'd be like, do it. Get chin lipo, give me threads, redo my skin, give me bigger lips. I would most definitely overdo it. So I hope when we get to that point financially that we can know how to balance it. But then it's like figuring out what is the balance. Because again, we're constantly being shown a different expectation of what aging is. So I want to be able to look at myself at 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 and be like, that's still me.
Right.
And so many people, even people in their 20s, they do so much to their face. You don't even know what you look like. Even if you had kids, you wouldn't be able to say, oh, you got
Your
that
kid
from
looks
me.
like you. Yeah.
Because you
don't look the
you
same.
look like a Sedford wife. You don't look like a human.
And in a way, I am thankful that we weren't loaded rich. I mean,
yeah.
It's a double-edged sword because I wish I was rich.
If we had unlimited resources,
yep,
like I would do the same thing as all of the influencers.
I feel like there was a huge boom where so many people were getting fillers and doing all these crazy things. I do feel like it's kind of slowing down a little bit, at least from what I'm noticing, a little bit, not a lot, but like a little bit. More and more people are becoming a little bit more and more natural. Some of the people that I follow on Instagram, they'll post videos without makeup on, or you know what I mean? Granted, like they have eyelash extensions and tattooed eyebrows, so they probably don't really need makeup, but baby steps.
I feel like it's just phasing into something else. Like I was watching an interview with Jennifer Lawrence yesterday, and I love Jennifer Lawrence. I've always loved her so much. She has very clearly had an upper bleph. And part of what made her so different in her beauty was that she had eyelids.
Yeah.
And now, honestly, I think it looks fucking weird. I'm sure it came from a place of insecurity. But once you do that, or like even fucking Bradley Cooper, have you seen? He got an upper bleph and a facelift and he looks horrifying.
It's wild, yeah.
But stuff
So,
like
and the fact that
that,
it's even trickling over into men now,
well, that
that's also
exactly.
scary,
Yeah.
you know?
But it's going from like, okay, we're filling our lips, we're filling our face, we're Botoxing, to we're literally chopping off. At least when you
Parts
do
of our
filler
face.
and Botox, I mean, some filler, now they've learned it just migrates different places, but you can dissolve it.
Right.
If you chop your eyelids off, your eyelids are
They're
fucking
gone.
gone. It went from being these very temporary fixes. Now it's like permanent giant surgeries that
Yeah.
are becoming more accessible and more affordable, or there's more financing options that makes it
Right.
available to normal peasants.
Right. Well, I was watching something after a copious amount of very legal weed.
CBD gummy.
It was this person who had interviewed somebody who had like a basically near-death experience. And they were saying that they went into a different dimension or whatever. We're all characters, essentially. Like, we're all a part of this play on this world. So many people become so overwhelmed by the look of the play that they're not actually living. The amount of time that I spend thinking about and worrying about what I look like
versus the
versus
experience of
everything, like
life.
the fact that I would choose to not go to dinner with somebody because I felt ugly,
Yeah.
like, what the fuck? Like, what kind of life is that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's really sad that we're missing out on living life because we're so concerned about what we look like. And that's
Yeah.
not vanity. That's not,
It's ingrained
It's-
in us.
yeah.
And we've been taught that.
it's,
I mean,
yeah. And that's so, we have to break that. Like, we have to.
yeah.
Because I refuse to live however many years I have left not doing things because I'm afraid of what I look like.
Right. I mean, even like before you went to that concert, that whole, and obviously like your body was going through all the things,
Yeah.
but it's not an unusual experience for us. What you went through that day of
Right.
like, I feel so fat and so disgusting and I can't find anything that I look good in, and it consumes us. By the time that it's time to go to the thing, we have to try to figure out a way to get out of this headspace.
Yeah.
Because unless everything went well, unless my makeup looks good and my skin looks okay and my hair looks okay and I feel good in my outfit and I feel skinny enough and pretty enough and young enough, like all of the things, that is going to affect my headspace going into what should just be
Magical
an
experience.
experience that I am so happy to be alive at. And that carries into, I need to get a buzz so that I can not think about it. I need to like drink when I get there so I can keep the buzz instead of just being in the moment. And it all roots back to how we feel about ourselves in the moment.
Yep.
Even how you just said, like, it's not vanity. It's the narrative we've been told is if you feel that way, you're vain. And that's not true.
No.
It's not. I don't want to be the prettiest person in the room.
No.
I don't want to be the hottest. I just want to feel okay.
Yep.
I literally just want to look in the mirror and be like, okay, I feel good. I feel good enough, like just good enough. And that is so hard to accomplish. And I think especially living in this country, that's never going to really change.
And just with everything.
Yeah, it's a mind fuck. Then what's going to be next?
I mean, especially because we are going to age. You're born, you age, you die. Those are things that you can count on. Everybody's going to go through it. So why are we fighting so hard against something that is going to happen? Why can't we just embrace it and turn it into something beautiful? Even if that means like getting our stretch marks filled with gold tattoos.
Ooh, a new trend.
Like the
She's a trendsetter.
Like the Japanese are. Another year on this earth is a fucking gift. Maybe not in America because America fucking sucks. But
True.
Living in general is a gift, and it's just
Fix your rat tail on the other side.
all of it's a rat tail because it's a bob.
No, it's not.
So
It looks beautiful. Everyone, wish Felicia happy birthday.
Oh, Jesus.
Wish happy birthday. Tell her she is so pretty and skinny and young and her hair looks great.
Ow, that hurt my old wrinkly hands. my skin's getting thinner too. I can see it happening.
My metabolism is
before my
going
very
down.
eyes. I can see everything happening. It's so wild. Right now I love it. But 5 minutes from now I'm gonna hate it.
I love whenever I see Jennifer Aniston. She's had some Botox fillers or whatever, but she
Right.
looks
Like
like an
Jennifer Aniston.
aged version of Jennifer Aniston. Julia Roberts,
Mhm.
Sandra Bullock. I love being able to see Julia Roberts and recognize her face, and she
Mhm.
has her same smile and her same teeth, and like I
Right.
can
Teeth
tell
is a huge thing.
like everyone's teeth, that fucking freaks me out.
Me too.
I saw a TikTok that some like Gen Z kid had put together, and they had clipped together all of these different 90s movies, and the caption was, "Oh my god, look at everyone had
Real
like
teeth.
real teeth."
Mhm.
Because now everyone has fucking veneers.
Remember,
And
I was sending you pictures of the Love Island people. Every single
They-
one of them, and they're like in their 20s.
they're like, some of them are like 21.
Every single one of them has fake teeth, and I'm like, thank God I don't want fake
And
teeth.
you know what they do? First of all, you have perfect teeth and never had
Thank
braces.
God, by the grace of God, I do have a chip, but you know who fucking cares? It's my teeth.
They
I
grind
know.
them down
Yeah.
to little nubs.
Yeah.
They only last so long. Then you have to get new ones.
Yeah. Like Lauren Bushnell, this is one that makes me so mad.
She did so much to her
Her
face.
teeth looked great before. Her natural teeth
Yep.
were perfect. To me, when I see
It
fake
takes away
teeth,
your character.
all I think of is Chester the Molester. I feel like Chester the Molester, whoever that creature might be, has fake teeth. I'm not even high yet.
Insert Dustin Lynch Raya zoom in. Literally, I took a video of it. Like literally,
He was the first person we encountered that probably had fake teeth in real life.
No, I think they're his real teeth.
Oh,
They're just giant.
Oh, well, so
He hit
everyone
on her
wants to
at-
look
he-
like Dustin.
He hit on her at a bar. This is like back in like 20, and I have a story that I can't tell because then I would have to bleep out his name because it's not good. But he hit on her at Losers like back in like 2014. I knew who he was,
Oh, yeah.
and I was like, Felicia, it's Dustin. That's Dustin Lynch. She goes, ew, his teeth. I don't care who he is. And she literally blew him off. Same with Brett Eldridge. I really do wish you would have.
I don't. You can't have two mentally unstable people in the same relationship.
That's true. And
It
he
would've
is
been a train wreck.
he is now in, I think he's in recovery. So
Is he?
pretty sure.
I mean,
He kind of went off the deep end.
but
But I didn't like him. He was nice.
And he's very talented. But when you're in that kind of lifestyle, already predisposed to
Already.
that, like it's a lot.
Gotta pee. Me too. Talk to the people.
Wait, hand me the phone so I can look at our live messages.
Oh, also another thing about aging, the sounds I make every time I move.
I know, getting out of bed even.
2,000 likes. Is that a lot?
Are you kidding? How do I turn it around though?
I have no idea.
How'd you turn it in the first place?
I had to do it at the beginning, but I don't know. Oh, flip camera. Hey. There should be a button for that.
All right. Oh, Mary Catherine. So happy to see you. We are thriving, even though we're old as dirt. Now that you know who Andrea's dad is, thank you for tuning in to We Weren't Crazy. Help us find Felicia's dad.
Help us find Mr. Hamilton. My question is,
Oh no.
no, it's not bad. What in your next year at this time you will be 40.
No, I retract that. I retract that. Thank God. Because I never thought I'd live to 40.
We
So if I
actually-
make
we-
it to 40,
We literally thought we would not. We genuinely in our soul thought that we would die before we
So,
were 40.
amen.
So
when I'm 40,
what do you want based on where you're at right now, all of the healing that you've done, the place that you've reached? Because I feel like you're at a point right now, it's like the biggest moment of your life. You really have like stepped into this woman. It's your first year like with her.
I know.
Really. And
Nice to meet you.
nice to meet you.
I love this question. I used to dread this question. It's like an interview when people would say, "Where do you see yourself in 5
Right.
years?" I don't
What are
fucking
your
know.
goals?
I don't
To pay my
have-
bills and
to not
literally
on
be
the
alive.
street.
Like that.
Exactly. So I love that. I for this next year, I want to make memories. Like a lot of fucking memories that
Yeah.
mean something, that are good memories. Like, I want to look back on my 39th year and be like, all I think about are the good memories, you know, like the good are going to outweigh the negative.
Yeah.
I want this podcast. I see this podcast taking off. I see all the hard work that we're putting into it. I see it taking off this next year. I see my relationships with people that matter growing even more.
Mhm.
And I just see like I see myself like finally being okay with who I am.
Yeah.
You know, finally feeling safe and content and just being okay, you know? And
Mhm.
I see the chaos in the past. I don't see it in my future for once. Like,
Right.
I feel like I'm finally in a
Can't fake
place
is
where
okay.
like happiness is my choice, not
Yeah.
discomfort, not chaos. It's, I don't know. I feel like I can literally and figuratively breathe again.
Yeah. My gut feelings are never wrong. I will be confident about that forever. But, and you said the same thing. We hadn't really vocalized it, but that I genuinely feel like your person is like right around the corner
Mm.
and it's going to make me cry. But like you are in a place where now you don't need them and
Mhm.
you will choose to stay at your apartment.
I
Like,
will be able to finally be with somebody without losing myself.
right. Whoever it is going to love that so much about
Mhm.
you and love your independence and
Right.
find your story inspiring and everything that it should be that has always been
Right.
weaponized. I seriously feel like he's not far away. I still don't really feel like you're gonna meet him on Raya, but you know we're gonna just leave that open. See it. Here's my guess. I'm gonna manifest out loud, and then
Yeah,
you have
we're
to add.
accepting
You have
guesses.
to you have to add yours too. I feel like he's gonna be successful in whatever field he's in. I just have a very strong feeling that he's probably going to be from New York. I don't know.
I think that's
I don't,
why I downloaded Raya again.
but I don't know. But I don't know if that's like my vision of us in New York. If that's why
No,
I
I
feel
have
that
that feeling too.
he's going to have been through some sort of trauma, but like healed from it and grown from it, whatever. Because you need someone that understands trauma. Like
Right.
we both do. We can't be with people who have never been through
He's
anything.
going to be an empath. He's
Right.
going to, yeah.
She was like going back and forth. Will he be older, younger? And
Because that's another thing about the age that I am. It's a weird
very
age.
confusing.
It's like I could date younger and I can date older.
Right.
And it's just the young oftentimes feel very young. The older oftentimes feel
Very old.
lifetimes
Yeah.
ahead of me. So it's like we'll keep you posted.
Yeah.
On
But
how old he is.
I really do feel like he's not far away. Your standards are so high.
Yeah.
Everybody who ever met you has always been like, Felicia's the most beautiful person ever. You have never felt that way about yourself. So you never felt like you deserve that. So everyone would always be like, why is Felicia not dating a fucking country music star or a football player or whatever? Because
have you seen the pickings out there?
because you literally could have had anybody you wanted, but you didn't see yourself that way. Even if those people presented themselves, which they did, it just was too out of your concept of what you deserved, I
Right.
think. And I think too, your apartment was like the final
Huge.
piece of that.
You asked me a question.
Oh, what's that?
I'm so poor that I had to dig out. Not poor, we're manifesting. I'm so
Almost rich, but not
almost
yet.
rich, but I'm frugal. So I had to dig out the rest of my MAC lipstick and put it in a
This isn't poor. This is
resourceful.
Yeah, resourceful.
You would ask me a question when we were at that distillery place. Because I was like, my standards are so high now.
Yeah.
And you said something to the extent of, but do you actually believe that you're worthy? And you looked me dead in the eyes and you were like, do you believe that you're worthy? And I said without a shadow of a doubt in my heart,
Yeah.
for once ever, like, I do.
I wanted you to like
Yeah.
realize it because I see it in you.
And I finally
way.
feel it. That's what I told my mom. I've told my dad. My dad especially will kind of make jokes because we always have, because this is who I thought I was too. I thought I would
Right.
marry rich. I had kind of made myself so small to the point of like, well, I'm not successful. I just got to marry rich, you know, and then it'll be a-okay, whatever. I've had many
But
opportunities.
then what's ironic about that at the same time is any like rich person that you did come across, you didn't ever pursue it. You kind of like took
Right.
yourself out of the equation, to be
Right.
honest.
To both of them, I said, that's not in my plan anymore. I finally feel like I'm at a place now where I'm so content being alone. I don't get lonely.
Yeah.
I'm so content, and that's how I know that whoever I'm with is going to add, they're not going to replace.
Yeah.
I'm going to add to theirs. That's how it should be. I will date my best friend. I will be with my soulmate in a male form.
Her secondary best friend.
But but for real, like,
no, I get it.
the conversations that you and I are able to have that are so uncomfortable, the things that you and I have had to work through that are so uncomfortable.
We have to choose each other.
Right. And
Every time.
that is who my person is going to be.
Yeah.
We will choose each other because no relationship is easy.
Yeah.
Friendship, marriage, nothing is easy. And I've said this so many times. I was like, if more people that are married could have conversations,
literally,
could have
and work
conversations
through
that
yeah.
you and I have, then the world would be such a better place. People would be so much happier.
Yeah.
So I just, if you're out there and if you're watching this,
slide in her DMs. Not that we weren't crazy ones, because we get overwhelmed protecting them. I really like going through your Raya messages. So that was quite a fun time. There was low effort, I can confirm. 0 effort. Anyway, well, I'm really proud of you.
Thank you. Proud of
Like,
us.
Me too.
We read that thing. A lot of the things that we've been talking about have been very, very heavy.
Oh, yeah.
And it's been like real-time therapy. And we don't plan to talk about heavy things. It just happens that way. And
that's also what we've had to like kind of work through too, is like we naturally, when we're like, if we're at Mark's, if we're here, if we're hanging out, our natural dynamic is always depth, and that's why we have such high standards of people that we hang out with, because we've experienced what it's like whenever you leave and your cup is full.
Yep.
That's how we feel.
Right.
So we laugh and have fun, but we go from like the depths of like it just, that's how it flows.
Yep.
So that's kind of naturally how the podcast has taken
and
shape.
I think what makes it different though than us just having those conversations over margs,
right,
is that we're continuously watching them over and over again,
right,
and having to continuously process new things over and over again. And it's been a lot.
Yeah,
all of it has been a blessing. All of it has been good, but it's been a lot.
It's like 20 years of healing in 3 months' time.
Literally.
And I understand, like, I know you didn't really watch Canceled, but Canceled was the podcast with Tana and Brooke. And they were best friends at the beginning of it, but they didn't have a long history. They just had great chemistry. And the whole reason the podcast ended is because they don't get along. And it's hard to have a business with your best friend. They're at the point where they're making, millions of dollars. They have millions of followers. They're getting scrutinized day in, day out. They have a business, but they don't have the foundation that we have.
Right.
So I think if we didn't have the foundation that we have, on top of the mind fuckery that is trying to be a creator, and then everything else in life, like, we had to work through some shit. And I think we're being really tested to make sure we're strong enough to handle it whenever it happens for us, and that it won't break our friendship.
Right.
And
I don't think tested is the right word. I think it's because this is intentional. It's everything that we are working towards is building us to the point where we
I like building better than testing. That's a good point.
We're suiting up in our armor, essentially, so that when shit hits the fan in ways that we can't expect right now, we will be prepared mentally. We will be strong enough mentally to be able to handle it.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of us.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of us, because
it's been literally like breaking us down to like
the core,
shattered into a million pieces, and having to not only keep going individually, keep choosing our friendship, and keep choosing to show up and do this. Felicia's dad watched the adoption episode.
So keep in mind, my dad was like the one that I was like, he's gonna love the podcast. But then we had a conversation. I told him, like, it's going to be hard for you to watch some things. I didn't think he was watching it, but then he texted me this morning. He said, I just listened to your episode 11. I've never heard it come out of your mouth like that. That was beautiful. I love you, sweetie. I believe God ordained that time for us to come to Medford just to be able to adopt you. You are a child of God, and he is going to protect you and allow you to prosper. Like, that was huge.
That's a very big moment for Dad. Because the first episode he called and asked if we were lesbians.
Literally,
so we've made a lot of progress.
The premiere night he called, and I was expecting some grand
gestures.
We were like,
so what do you want? Are you trying to tell us something?
No, he was like, if you're a lesbian, I will still love you. Like, it's okay. You can tell me. I'm like, Dad.
We were like, do you know how much easier our lives would be if we could just be lesbians? Do you know how much easier?
Literally, if you think about it.
I mean, literally.
We'd already be married by now.
Duh. We've been the fucking happiest.
Things that we have been talking about have been so heavy, and it's, for myself personally, has kind of had past tense gotten me to the point where I was almost like afraid to walk into a podcast, if that makes sense.
Associating it with
it's going to make me face something that I might not be ready to face.
You made a really good comparison of like when you were in therapy.
EMDR is essentially taking parts of your brain that have stored trauma that you have forgotten about as your survival mechanism, but your body still reacts to that trauma. Just because you're not thinking about it doesn't mean that you're not reacting to it. So you're reliving that trauma in real time in EMDR. This was the very first session of EMDR. She said, we are going to create a safe space for everything that we work through. Essentially a safe space that I can put everything that we've talked about that day back into so that it's safe. So that it's not just like wobbling around in my brain, which is it's fascinating. EMDR is fascinating. So EMDR takes traumatizing memories and stores them into a different part of your brain that doesn't have trauma associated with it, like mentally. But if I hadn't gotten to that point yet, I would take those memories and put them into a box, and I got to choose where I put them. It didn't necessarily have to be a box. She said, choose some sort of vessel or place that feels safe for you. And I said, I want to put them in a box on your shelf in your office.
So they stay there.
So that when I walk out of here, I'm not having to relive them. And you don't have to do that. You can put it wherever you want. But
the point being that
it's grounding.
When you opened that part of yourself, you were able to compartmentalize it to stay in her office.
Right.
So that when you left, you could leave with the takeaways, and you could leave, like you could tell me recaps of it.
Right.
Like I will never forget you like telling me the experiences that you had, but it wasn't like you weren't still in that open space of your brain. Right. And I think that, like you've said it a few times, I feel like you're like, we're doing our own EMDR, but I think like it actually is true, but
we don't have a
it
space
doesn't
to
end.
Put it in. Yep.
We film it, we watch it, and then I have to compartmentalize and dissociate to edit it, and then we watch it again, and then that whole time you're thinking about what is in the episode and still stuck in that spinning trauma brain. There's no end. We always want to show up and be completely authentic to ourselves and our friendship. We're never going to be the podcasters that are talking about pop culture and bullshit. Yeah. Like we just aren't. Our conversations are naturally going to become a cry fest and then ADD chaos.
We show up as us.
Every episode is exactly authentic to who we are, what we're going through, and what we're feeling.
Where this circles back around to was I was nervous about filming again because even though I know, even whenever we sat down to film something lighthearted, sometimes it would get deep, which is good. None of this is negative. I needed to feel grounded again. All right, grounding message. We came here to tell the truth, not just for ourselves, but for the ones swallowing theirs. Every time we sit down to do this, we're not just making a podcast. We're reclaiming a story that was never supposed to be told this loud.
This isn't about pain. It's about power. It's the kind that lives in honesty and friendship and the audacity to say, this happened to me and I'm still here. We aren't here to bleed. We're here to build.
Even if one person feels less alone because of what we shared today, then that's a win. That's the work. That's the why.
God damn it. So we leave this space lighter, not because it wasn't heavy, but because we didn't carry it alone. We did it together like we always do. Damn it.
And
no matter how this story twists, light still wins.
Thank you for tuning in to We Weren't Crazy.
We weren't crazy.
Neither are you.
We love you. It feels like it's 10 p.m. because the sun's down, but it's not. It's
I
only
know.
7.
It's because we're old and we're sleepy, and now we're going to go watch ourselves.
I have the rest of my Subway sandwich.
I literally was just thinking about how I can't wait to eat my...
What's your sandwich?
It's a club sub, but I got it on fucking disgusting gluten-free bread. Also, we didn't say fuck a whole lot in this one.
You and Maya look so cute.
Well,
Maya, like, I just got comfy.
Oh, I'm sure she did get comfy. At the expense of my comfort. Okay, Maya. Kiss the camera goodbye.